The event tonight is our Contractor Safety Excellence Awards program, and this is our signature event for the year. This is where we, the industry plants, get to nominate and recognize the contractors who have had the best safety performance over the last year working at their sites. And we have millions and millions of work hours that people have worked safely. And if there's one thing that we'd like people to know is that working in industry is extremely safe. The OSHA recordable rate of our members and contractors is 0.5, which is extremely, extremely low, which is better than other industries such as retail or professional office workers. So it's a really great message. It's safe to work in industry, and we're always striving to reach zero incidents. The Greater Baton Rouge Industry Alliance's mission is to drive solutions to common issues for our members with an emphasis on safety performance and workforce development solutions. So we have been here since 1970. The industry got together at that time due to a number of things coming together, and they needed a focal voice to speak for industry and to help work with contractors and to also improve safety.
We run chemical plants, and to run chemical plants we need craft support. Pipe fitters, welders, electricians, and in very large part, most of the time we'll contract those positions as opposed to have them in-house. So the safety of our plants depends on the quality of that contractor workforce just as much, if not more, than it depends on the quality of our own workforce. So this awards is all about promoting within the contractors, them developing safe people, platforms, training, and everything that we need as a consumer for our plant.
Is this the biggest event of the year for y'all?
This is GBRIA's biggest event in terms of headcount. We've got another event for contract workforce development, and we have our GBRIA Golf and Gumbo. But this one usually tops it, although the people that run the Workforce Development Awards are trying. They want to get their numbers up, so they're trying to get there.
My purpose here is to provide a keynote speech that helps enlighten the audience on the generational change that's going on in the workplace.
Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Absolutely. I started my career in safety and human resources, and it seemed like I kept getting drawn to training and development. So in 2002, I quit a good job with good benefits to start this small business, and I've been really blessed to have been doing this now for 13 years. So this is an association that has been remarkable at helping these, company memberships really grow and improve their safety, that they have a big focus at helping the petrochemical industry and the power plants. All these organizations help improve how they keep their people safe on the job. Well, I think the biggest message is that the generational change is coming, and there's no way that we can stop it. I think most organizations are acutely aware, but they're not doing anything with the information. So my hope is that the participants and the members will leave with some clear action items that they can go back and help get ready for the change that's coming. I think the message is, as the millennials enter the workplace, they're going to bring a different way of thinking. And by the year 2020, this is a shock for a lot of people, almost 50% of every worker in this country will be in that millennial generation. So they're going to dictate how the change looks moving forward.
But as you guys know, the now generation is the millennials who want things now, who are used to getting things now, who are on the internet, etc., right? So whatever you think about these younger people, the job to be done remains the same, and we have to do it safely, right? Working in our industries is fun and takes hard work, dedication, and discipline to keep safety levels performing at zero incidents while accomplishing the job flawlessly. Tonight, we will explore what works for the new generation and how to cultivate in them the same kind of passion that you have for safety and your work in the industry. And now it's time to have a little fun, to celebrate professionals coming together who work hard all year long in those long hours doing what they love doing. So congratulations, everyone. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the evening. First, I'd like to introduce the GBRIA Board of Directors. John Pasillo, Operations Director at Mexican Floor, is our chair. Tom Ura, Senior Vice President and General Manager of BASF, is our Vice Chair. Tim Harris, Site Manager of Eastman Chemical, is our Secretary-Treasurer. The other board members are Charles Dabadie, Plant Manager of the ExxonMobil Plastics Plant, Ode Khoury, General Manager of Motiva Enterprises, Ron Landry, Louisiana Area Operations Lead Reliability Maintenance Director for the Dow Chemical Company, Bob Ritchie, General Manager, Tonnage Gases East Gulf Coast for Air Products, Kelly Sirio, Vice President and General Manager of Formosa Plastics, Daniel Tate, Site Manager for Eco Services, and I would also like to introduce the GBRIA staff. Sue Dodson, our Administrative Assistant, Trey Rivette, Director of Safety and Workforce Development, Andrew Mongrew, Communications and Public Affairs Coordinator, and Taylor Simon, Research Coordinator. And I'd like to thank them for doing a super job on our event tonight and every day. Please give our Board of Directors a round of applause for their dedication to our industry and the many hours they spend. Thank you. They spend a lot of hours with organizations like ours, and they're really making a difference for industry. Next, we have a few special guests that we would like to introduce and recognize. Could you please stand as your organization is called? Robert Kluat with the ABC Builders and Associated Builders and Contractors Pelican Chapter. And Matt is also here, Matt Campbell with ABC. And we also have from Safety Council a number of representatives, including Kathy Trahan, CEO, Allison Paz, Marketing Communications, Renee Barbier, Corporate Liaison, and Sherry. I see you over there too. They changed up who's coming tonight. Also joining us tonight is Alex Novus, Compliance Assistant Specialist with the Department of Labor's Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, and Dr. Lou Yuan, Associate Professor, Occupational Safety, Health, and Environment Program, and the Louisiana State Board for Contractors Professorship at Southeastern Louisiana University. Thank you all for being here. We also have Charlie Freeberg with the Baton Rouge Community College. And I'd like to thank all of you for coming tonight to celebrate our contractor safety accomplishments. Now, in keeping with our theme, we thought it would be appropriate to introduce you to some of our next generation successes. So I'd like to recognize the following ABC Pelican Chapter students who participated in this year's ABC National Craft Competition. Please stand when your name is called. Seth Boone with Turner Industries competed in the millwright competition and won second place in the ABC Pelican competition. Where are you guys? I think they're in the back. Kenneth Breland Jr. with Excel Contractors competed in the welding pipe competition and won first place ABC Pelican competition. Jimana Delpit, Turner Industries Group, welding pipe, second place ABC Pelican competition, and Pelican Chapter's first female contestant to compete at the national level. Courtney Estav, Turner Industries, pipe fitting, first place ABC Pelican competition. Laramie Griffin, Performance Contractors, competed in pipe fitting, won second place ABC Pelican competition, and won the safety award at national in his division. Brandon Guidry with Turner Industries Group competed in millwright, got first place in the ABC Pelican competition. Elliot Harrison with Performance Contractors competed in structural welding. He was the youngest of all competitors at ABC National. Elliot is in welding classes at Livonia High School and taking evening classes at ABC at night. Micah Ryder, Excel Contractors, competed in electrical and won first place at the ABC Pelican competition and was one of only 6 of the 25 contestants that finished at the national competition. Lastly but not least is Gerald Vick III with ISC Contractors, who competed in instrumentation fitting. He won first place at ABC Pelican competition. He won second place at national. He won first place in the National Safety Award for instrumentation competitors. These folks is our next generation, and I sure am proud of them. Congratulations. Gentlemen, the younger generation will do it their way. But we are going to move on in our program. So next, I'd like to recognize the GBRIA member plant representatives present. The following 30 companies nominated contractors for our Safety Excellence Awards this year. If you are a plant representative, please stand. Alon Refining, America's Styrenics, Axial Corporation, BASF, CF Industries, Criterion Catalysts, Eastman Chemical, ExxonMobil Refinery, Chemical, Polyolefins, Plastics, and Lube Plants. Formosa Plastics, Honeywell Baton Rouge and Geismar Plants, Ineos Oxide, Lion Copolymer, Marathon Petroleum, Mexichem Fluor, Mosaic Fertilizer, Motiva Enterprises, Occidental Chemical at Convent and Geismar, PCS Nitrogen, Placid Refining, Praxair, Rubicon, Shell Chemical, the Dow Chemical Company, and Williams Olefins. Thank you all for participating in our awards process and for taking the time to nominate your contractors. I would like to thank our annual sponsors for their support of all of our events. There are so many to thank, and they are listed in your program. Now, I'd like to thank both our annual sponsors and tonight's event sponsors for making this evening possible. This year's top-level sponsor, our baby boomer sponsors, are Alliance Safety Council, BASF, Brand Energy Solutions, Brock Services, Capital Ultrasonics, CB&I, Excel Scaffold, Jacobs, James Construction Group, JVIC, Motiva Enterprises, Performance Contractors, SGS Petroleum Services Corporation, Triad Electric and Controls, Veolia North America, and Zachary Industrial. This year's Generation X sponsors are Dow Chemical, Excel, Formosa Plastics, ISC, Mosaic Fertilizer, Pala Interstate, Shell Chemical, and Turner Industries. Thank you. This year's millennial sponsors are Accurate Inspection, America's Styrenics, Hydrochem, Pentair Thermal Construction, and Thorpe Sunbelt. Thank you all very much. Let's give them a round of applause. And now, John Pasillo, Operations Director at Mexichem Fluor and GBRIA's Board of Directors Chair, will provide opening remarks. John.
This is our 19th annual Contractor Safety Excellence Awards. It started back in 1996 with a vision to encourage contractors to improve their safety. Guys, if you've seen the statistics, you know that that has happened. This has been an extremely successful effort. GBRIA is dedicated to adding value to our industrial community by focusing efforts on safety, performance, and workforce development. Our committees are organized around 6 key tenets. Number 1, achieve an injury and incident-free workplace. Ensure access to a competitive, skilled company and contractor workforce. Build support in the local communities for retention and growth of our industries. Facilitate operational excellence through networking and exchanges. Maintain a vibrant, successful, and involved membership. And provide stewardship to budget and maintain the highest levels of financial integrity. Tonight is all about our first tenet, achieve an injury and incident-free workplace. The Contractor Safety Excellence Award supports this tenet by recognizing the safety performance of individual firms, convey GBRIA's strong support of contractor safety performance, and acknowledge that our contractors are really and truly an extension of our own workforce. There's no way we're going to have a safe site if we don't have safe contractors. We want to make GBRIA member workplaces injury-free, and we're counting on you to help us achieve this goal. Its success or failure really does depend on the people in this room. So I encourage you to keep after it day after day after day.
So our special guest for this evening, that some of you have already had the pleasure of meeting, is rapidly becoming one of the world's foremost experts on generational change in the workplace. He has over 20 years of leadership experience, including hands-on management experience, executive coaching, training, and consulting.
His ability to analyze and predict trends for talent attraction and retention has earned him audiences in the petrochemical industry, healthcare, manufacturing, education, government, and nonprofit sectors. As a best-selling author, his most recent works include Leadership Among Idiots, Surviving the Talent Exodus, and soon to be released, Leading the Lazy. He has published other books and numerous magazine articles and is a member of several national and international associations, including the Worldwide Association of Business Coaches. Please help me welcome to the stage Mr. John Groves.
Oh my goodness, what an honor. I am so happy to be in Baton Rouge, and I guess I didn't realize until I came down here to speak for the first time that I am dead center in the middle of LSU Tiger Country. Is that true? All right, something else that I tend to notice when I give speeches is that these things always tend to go much better when the audience is drinking. So now that we've got you a little bit ready for this, I wanted to give you an opportunity to kind of understand where this information came from. But before I do, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about me and a story that I got from my coach in high school. And this coach, who I admired greatly, by the way, was always giving us advice, sometimes unsolicited advice. And at one point he said, "Gentlemen, I want to give you some advice," in his very coach voice. He said, "I want to show you, or at least explain to you, how to have a very good date." And of course, us young guys, we were like, we want to hear this information. He said, "It's real simple. If you follow these simple rules, you will always have a good date with a young lady." So here's what he said. He said, whenever you start the date, real early in the date, look at the young lady and tell her, "We're going to have a good time tonight." And then he said, about halfway through the date, look at her again and tell her, "Hey, we are having a good time tonight, aren't we?" And then just before you drop her off, whether you get the kiss or not, let her know that, "Hey, we had a really good time tonight, didn't we?" He said if she's anywhere close to the fence on whether or not she had a good time, you're going to have a lot better chance at that second date. So I want to tell you, we are going to have a very good time tonight. And as I leave this stage, I'm going to get where I can see each of you a little bit better. I wanted to give you a little bit of history on where this information came from. You see, I started my company in 2002. I quit a good job with good benefits to start this small business. And I kept getting asked to do more and more leadership training. Now, my background, in case you don't know, is more around safety and human resources than it is anything. And that seemed to be the major draw for my small business when I first started. So as I was asked to do more and more leadership training, I decided that if I were going to talk about leadership to audiences, I better have a leadership opinion. So between 2002 and 2009, I formulated my own leadership opinion in the culmination of a book titled Leadership Among Idiots. Now, by show of hands, how many of you in the room have ever worked with an idiot before? Raise your hands. How many work with an idiot now? Raise your hands. Now here's the big one. I'm going to see how tough you are, how confident you are. How many work for an idiot? Raise your hands. This is where the alcohol kicks in. I see some little bitty hands like this. Well, that book, if you read that book, it is first and foremost about servant leadership. It is based upon the upside-down pyramid. It's based upon the idea that true leaders are servants. And when you get asked to occupy that leadership position, that you should be a servant to those that you're blessed enough to lead. And if you read the book, or if some of you I know have already read the book, you will notice that in the last chapter. It's a long chapter that is loosely based on lessons I learned from my late father, who passed away in '07. And I compare leadership to farming. Everything from picking the right seeds, being analogous to picking the right people, all the way through to what happens to some plants if you don't pick the fruit that the plant is offering. What does a plant stop doing? Producing. What happens to some people if we don't appreciate the job that they do for us? So you can kind of see how the theme of the book worked out, and the publisher was after me. They said, hey, we want you to do another book. We want you to do that idiot thing because we think that's funny. So I had every intention of doing that, folks, every intention. But life threw me a curveball. So in 2011, I published a book based upon information that I came across that changed the trajectory of my life. You see, in 2011, I published the second book in that series called Surviving the Talent Exodus, Navigate the Perfect Storm for Generational Change in the Workplace. And at the time, when I wrote this book, people weren't really talking about it. So after the book was published and I was trying to get the information to people, nobody wanted to listen to it. I mean, it was almost like I'm sitting there running down the beach telling these CEOs of these organizations that there's a storm coming. And they're sitting in their Adirondack chairs with their Corona and a lime. And as I come yelling, there's a storm coming, they're looking up at the sky and saying, there's not a cloud in the sky. What's this guy talking about? Nobody really wanted to talk about that in 2011. Now, 2015, 4 years later, do you think generational issues are a big deal in all the companies represented in this room? Do you think finding and retaining talent is a big deal for all the organizations in this room? If you haven't figured this out, when it comes to finding talent, you may have to kiss a few chimps before you get to the people that you really want. So, I promised you that I would share with you the remarkable aspect of a date. 1111. I asked this with groups, I said, what was so remarkable about that? And people say, holy cow, I'm not sure. But I want you to think about it. That day, January 1st, 2011, 6 months before my book on the talent exodus was published, we started losing baby boomers at a rate of 12,000 per day. 12,000 a day. So you think about that, how much knowledge. Some companies have been so myopic, they've encouraged their baby boomers to leave by paying them early retirement. And I found that some companies have even had to bring them back as consultants because nobody knew where all the stuff was at. They chased their knowledge out before they downloaded it or debriefed it. Now, you think about this, does your organization, and I always like to do this because it's so interesting, especially when the room is this big. We got about 700 in here, is that roughly about? So watch this, how many of you know for sure that your organization has a written strategy to deal with talent? Raise your hands. You know for sure. Look how few hands are in the air. It's amazing to me how that is still such an issue in 2015. How most people don't know what they're going to do in order to keep the knowledge that's in their organization from taking this tiny hiatus, this little hiccup, when the right people retire and take that knowledge with them. So we're going to talk about the new employee and how to get the most out of that generation. So, and I'm going to preface my remarks here by telling you that you may have seen other dates. Okay, when I did the research for this book, I found a whole lot of overlap on the dates. Now, the 1946 is pretty standard. What happened in 1946 that caused the baby boomers to appear? The war ended. The soldiers came back and got busy, and babies were born. The baby boom. So if you're born between 1946 and 1963, by my calculations, you're classified as a baby boomer. And if you think about what made the baby boomers so different, so unique, they were raised by parents who lived through the Great Depression. And those parents taught them that you be loyal, you stick it out. You just outlast the bad supervisors, right? And every one of you know a baby boomer that's worked for the same company 20, 30, 40 years. That's their thing. They're loyal. They get a bad boss, they'll just outlast the bad boss. And there are 90 million baby boomers in this country. 90 million. So I want you to imagine a pie chart here. or a bar chart, 90 million boomers, all right? Now, if you were born between 1964 and 1980, raise your hands, that's my generation. Can we get a little love, Generation X? We don't matter. We are insignificant. And it's not because we're not cool, because I think we are cool. I think we gave humanity the best music in the history of mankind. Van Halen, ZZ Top, Def Leppard. I really, I guess, poisoned my young boys. Did you say 2 Live Crew? You're not supposed to say that out loud. Now, we're known as the skeptics because we saw our parents laid off from those so-called lifetime jobs back in the late 70s and early 80s. And therefore, if you're a Generation Xer with me, we have a philosophy. We're not really looking for a new job, but we will entertain any serious offers, right? Our resume is always ready. Consequently, us Xers, our average tenure on the job, believe it or not, is 5 years. 5 years. I have never worked for another organization more than 5 years. I've now been working for myself almost 13, and I've been thinking about quitting too. We're not very loyal. We're skeptical. But we don't matter because there's not enough of us. 90 million boomers, 40 million Xers. Now, if you were born between 1981 and 2000, you Generation Yers or millennials, can I hear a little bit from you millennials? Is that the best you can do? Let me hear it. Need another round of drinks. You are mostly influenced by the internet. Most millennials cannot remember what the world was like before the internet. And you have had information at your fingertips your entire life. And we call you Y, not because Y comes after X, but you want to know why. Why do you want me to do it that way? When I wrote the Talent Exodus book in 2011, the average tenure of a millennial on the job was 18 months. 18 months. Now, as I'm writing this book, I've seen research as low as 16 months. Now, do I have anybody from Chevron Phillips in the room? Any Chevron Phillips? Any Exxon Mobil? Any Texas Eastman? All right. Make sure I don't have this individual in the room because I'd be a little bit nervous. I'm going to tell you a story. I was giving a speech and signing some books at a big facility for Chevron Phillips. And after the speech, I was at the book. They'd set up a book signing, and I was signing books. And this young man comes to me, and he says, "Hey, you live in Longview, Texas?" I said, "Yeah, that's where my offices are. I'm pretty close." He goes, "Well, I used to work for Texas Eastman." I said, "Really?" I said, "What do you do?" He goes, "I'm a chemical engineer." I said, "Wow." I said, "So how old are you?" He said, 27. And I said, "Well, so you graduated from college at about age 23? He goes, "Yeah." "So you're telling me that in the last 4 years you worked for Texas Eastman and Chevron Phillips as a chemical engineer?" He goes, "Oh no, I worked for Exxon Mobil too." So I said, "You're telling me that in 4 years you've worked as a chemical engineer for Texas Eastman, Exxon Mobil, and now Chevron Phillips?" He goes, "Yep." I said, "Do you see any issues with that?" He goes, "No, not at all." He said, "Why would I hurt myself by staying at one company if I can make more money at another company?" Folks, loyalty is gone. Loyalty is dead. We've got to figure out what can we do to make those millennials want to work for our organization. So you have to think about it like this. Is your organization the employer of choice or the employer of necessity? And how you make that migration says a lot about your opinion of these millennials. So, 90 million boomers, 40 million Xers, 70 million Yers. You can see that us Xers, we're the transitional generation. We're taking the baton and handing it from the boomers to the millennials, to the Yers. And the speech in the book that I'm writing now is about, okay, here come the millennials. How do we lead them? Because what they want and what previous generations wanted is not necessarily going to be the same. So if this doesn't shock you, this has a little bit of shock value. By the year 2020, it used to be so far away. I even wrote a chapter in the book, the Surviving the Exodus book, the Talent Exodus book, about the workplace 2020, thinking, wow, that's way out there. That's less than 5 years from now. By the year 2020, almost 50% of every worker in this country will be millennial. Can you imagine that? They're already starting to become the young supervisors and the young managers, and they're making decisions that are very different from most organizations. One of the biggest issues that I deal with in the workplace is this. How many of you have an organizational policy that prohibits mobile phones in the workplace? Raise your hands. How's that going for you? Not good. You're not going to win this, folks. I was in Missouri training some supervisors on how to deal with the young workforce, and it was a 3-hour class, and they had one restroom at this factory, one restroom in the central part of the factory. And I went into the restroom, and they had 2 urinals and like 10 stalls, which is kind of backwards for most men's restrooms, but that's what they had. And the 2 urinals were occupied, so I looked at the stalls, and every one of the stalls was full. I'm like, holy cow. What are the odds of that? So, yeah, everybody was sick. That's what I was thinking that. I'm a little slow, but I get there eventually. So I went back, we took a break, and the next hour I went back in, and it was the same way. Well, ding, 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 I finally figured out what was going on. They weren't in there taking care of business. They were in there what? And I almost did it, but I didn't. I was going to go turn the light off so I could see all the light shooting out of the top of the stalls. You're not going to keep that generation from their mobile devices. As a matter of fact, you know, with the emergence of the iWatch and wearable technology, it won't be long where we're going to say, do you remember when we used to carry our phones? Technology is going to become a part of who we are. So smart companies are saying, wait a minute, John, if we know we're not going to win this battle, why don't we do something different? Why don't we go with the technology? So you think about this. Think about a future where every employee has access to an iPad, so that any little task that they may need to do in the workplace can be done by them searching the internet on some medium like YouTube and figure out what they need to do. So that we give them information using technology rather than prohibiting it in the workplace. I call that pulling information in my new book. Or what would happen if we used a medium like Twitter to push content to workers, to have a Twitter presence. How many of you are on Twitter? Raise your hands. Getting better at that. You can tweet about me anytime you want while all this is going on, by the way. But, you know, you have a safety champion, you have a quality champion, you have a customer service champion, and each day those champions are encouraged to send 5 positive tweets for the people that follow them on Twitter. So think about that. When you go back to your organization, ask yourself this question. Are we fighting technology, and do we ever have a chance of winning that battle? Or maybe we can go with technology. I've got one client right now, they've got a whole department doing nothing but uploading content to YouTube because they realize how cool that is. We don't even have to pay to train them. They'll go look at it on their own. They'll look at it at home. So all they got to do is put it out there, and they'll go to it without spending any money in the classroom. Isn't that cool? Now, if any of your organizations are doing that, I would certainly love to talk to you after this speech because it's a rare thing if you are. Now, people say we would do certain things when certain things present themselves to us, but I want to challenge you. When things get tough, when we reach a significant roadblock, the way we respond may not be like we think we would. I wanted to share with you some keys to success. So you said, okay, what do I do with all this information, John? How do I make this work? Make your supervisors your priority. They're where the rubber meets the road. They're going to define success and provide failure for your organization. Be flexible when you can. Redefine work through a flexible or a flexibility goal. What can you do to make the workplace you have more flexible? I know people have got to run units and that time is always going to be an aspect, but when time doesn't have to be the metric, look for something else. As long as the work gets done, who cares how long they occupy that seat? I want you to realize that if you have balance in your life, if you lead with balance, that's going to be attractive to them. They're going to see that you're not the boss that just buries themselves in their work and has to sacrifice everything else in order to work for your organization. And one of the concepts that is really new for this new book is a concept called talent saturation. I have probably got half a dozen big clients right now who are dealing with the talent saturation issue. Now, talent saturation has occurred when you start to lessen the requirements for onboarding, where you start to lower your threshold for people to come on board your organization, and you start to increase the requirements for offboarding. You know, so much so that one client in Texas told me, said, John, you are so right about that talent saturation. They said, we use the mirror test for hiring people. I said, the mirror test? What is that? They said, as long as they can pass a drug test and fog up a mirror with their breath, we'll hire them. So it's getting harder and harder to keep the best people in organizations. So it's the end of the world as we know it. To summarize, there are subsets of Generation Y that make them different. Regardless if we think they're the same, they're going to be different. And how we lead them and how we manage them is going to be different moving forward. By the year 2020, almost 50% of every worker in this country will be a millennial. And just because it worked before doesn't mean it's going to work moving forward. You know, organizations like to seek the comfort of the past. Well, the past is going to be different moving forward. It's going to be new. 16 months is a blink. They're going to be here and be gone before you realize it. Some of you know organizations with great talent that have already lost the talent, that these young people come in and all of a sudden they're gone. Are we flexible? Do we value youth? Do we make the youth the focus in the organization without in any way insulting the wisdom of the past? You know, we can do both. We can appreciate experience and value experience and still pass the baton to the young workforce that's coming in. And if we need to transition managers to coaches, that's the challenge. How do we make them see their role as a coach? And I was talking to several individuals before about coaching youth baseball. Those of us that are too old to play, coach. But we're passing information, passing knowledge. Training is your competitive advantage, and you don't have a choice. They're coming regardless of what reality you want to take place. So, to summarize, baby boomers and Generation Y, you are changing the workforce. So much so that if we train our supervisors, we're going to get this information that they have and make that baton pass easily to the new millennials. And just have a plan. Go back to your organization's managers and ask them, what's our plan? That's a fair question. What is our plan? And tell them that this weird guy from Texas said we need to have a plan. We have to have a plan. We can't let it just happen. If you make learning the core of your business strategy, you're going to be attractive to young people because that's information. You can't flow information to them too much. When I'm helping an organization with a talent strategy or a communication strategy, I teach them, you've got to tell them 5 times 5 different ways every day what your values are. Companies that put the values up above the urinals, on the walls, in the stalls, but they've got to hear that over and over and over because decision making is easy when values are clear. And then using proven methods to get your values to the front lines. Decision making is easy when values are clear. All right. I want to tell you that I had a really good time with you tonight. And I hope that you got 1 or 2 things that you can take back to your organization and say, hey, we got to do something. We can't just sit idly by and allow change to happen to us. We need to manage the change. You know, the more I speak, the more I realize how many people have never heard of the bullfrog analogy. But the bullfrog analogy says that if you take a bullfrog, theoretically, I've never tried this, and you take a pot of boiling water. If you throw that bullfrog into the boiling water, it'll jump out. But if you take that same bullfrog and put it into a container of lukewarm or tepid water and slowly turn up the heat, the frog will remain until it boils to death. So if you're aware of this, if you're acutely aware of this as an issue, and the people in your organization are not, don't think that they're not good people, that they're not good managers, good executives, but they're like the frog. The change has happened so slow that they don't realize that they are needing to be doing something with this information. So I promised you at the beginning, I wanted you to enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, but I wanted you to get some action items that you can go back and take to your organization. And most of all, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you letting me be a part of your lives. Thank you very much.
So we as owners and operators of our industrial facilities get our license to operate from the state, but really it comes from the communities in which we operate. We must build the trust of our neighbors, and we do this by safely operating our plants. So safety is a partnership with our contractors, and without which we could not operate. The Safety Committee, again this year, had a very difficult time in selecting the winners. Each and every company nominated is a winner and has demonstrated excellence to safety performance. The awards presented include first place through third place. All other nominees will receive a recognition award for their participation and accomplishment. You were nominated for a reason, because somebody who you worked for thought you did a great job. We recognize that even to be nominated means you've demonstrated a true excellence in safety. The selection of the award winners took careful consideration of many factors and exemplary performance in all of the criteria elements. This year, the Contractor Safety Excellence Awards are being presented to qualified recipients in the following 4 categories. You've got manufacturing, industrial building construction, and maintenance general contractors. You have construction and maintenance specialty trade contractors in the soft crafts. You have construction and maintenance specialty trade contractor in the hard crafts. And then finally, technical support contractors. In each of these categories, awards will be presented based on the company's size according to the actual hours worked company-wide. Nominees are categorized as divisions 1, 2, and 3, depending upon where the breaks in the data lie, in order to group similar sized nominees together. You can imagine this is sometimes not an exact science, so we do the best we can, and this is the results you got. The criteria used to evaluate the companies for these awards are, first and foremost, letters written by the nominating clients, a written summary of the unique or special qualities of the contractor safety management systems, a current GBRIA contractor safety health systems evaluation or audit, a review of safety performance data at the nominating plant site, and a review of safety performance data which is company-wide. In addition, the safety performance data includes a comparison of the nominee's total case incident rate, so the TCIR, against what we have as the industry average. TCIR is calculated by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, as well as a number of other factors. In making the selections, the aforementioned committee made up of GBRIA members reviewed and evaluated each company relative to the criteria and selected the winners based on a consensus decision. So at this point, I'd like to now introduce GBRIA's Director of Safety and Workforce Development, Trey Rivette, the Operations Director of Mexican Floor, and GBRIA's Board of Directors Chair, John Pasillo, and GBRIA's Administrative Assistant, Sue Dodson.
And receiving the recognition award in the General Construction and Maintenance Division 1 category is River Parish Maintenance. Congratulations. Also receiving the recognition award in the General Construction and Maintenance Division 1 category is Repcon Incorporated. Congratulations, Repcon. This year's second place award in the General Construction and Maintenance Division 1 category is PSC James Construction Group I&M Division. Congratulations. And this year's first place award for excellence in the Division 1 General Construction and Maintenance category goes to Regal Industrial Group. And receiving the recognition award in the General Construction and Maintenance Division 2 category is Turner Industrial Maintenance. Congratulations, Turner. This year's third place award for excellence in the General Construction and Maintenance Division 2 category goes to CB&I. Congratulations, CB&I. This year's second place award for excellence in the General Construction and Maintenance Division 2 category goes to JVIC. Congratulations. And this year's first place award for excellence in the General Construction and Maintenance Division 2 category is Zachary Industrial. Congratulations, Zachary. And receiving the recognition award in the General Construction and Maintenance Division 3 category is Turner Industries. Congratulations, Turner. The second place award for excellence in the General Construction and Maintenance Division 3 category goes to Jacobs. Congratulations, Jacobs. And this year's first place award for excellence in the Division 3 General Construction and Maintenance category goes to Performance Contractors. And receiving this year's recognition award in the Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Softcraft Division 1 category is Star Services. Congratulations, Stars. This year's third place award for excellence in the Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trades Softcraft Division 1 category goes to Veolia ES Industrial Services. Congratulations, Veolia. And this year's second place award for excellence in the Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trades Softcraft Division 1 category is Thorpe Sunbelt. Congratulations, Thorpe. This year's first place award for excellence in the Division 1 Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Softcraft category goes to Midwest Cooling Towers. Congratulations, Midwest. And this year's recognition award for the Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Softcraft Division 2 category is USES. Congratulations. This year's third place award for excellence in our Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Softcraft Division 2 category goes to Hoiston Crane Service Group. Congratulations. This year's second place award for excellence in the Division 2 Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Softcraft category goes to Thermal Tracer Construction. Congratulations. And this year's first place award for excellence in the Division 2 Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Softcraft category goes to the Petrin Corporation. And receiving the recognition award for the excellence in the Division 3 of Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Softcraft Contractors is Hydrochem. Congratulations, Hydrochem. Also receiving the recognition award for excellence in our Division 3 Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Softcraft Contractors is Brock Services Group. Congratulations, Brock. And this year's third place award for excellence in the Division 3 Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Softcraft category goes to Brand Energy Solutions. Congratulations, Brand Energy, on your 2014 accomplishments. This year's second place award for excellence in the Division 3 Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Softcraft category is Thermon Heat Tracing Services. Congratulations, Thermon. And this year's first place award for excellence in the Division 3 Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Softcraft category goes to Excel Modular Scaffolding. Congratulations. And this year's third place award for excellence in the Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Hardcraft category goes to Pallet Interstate. Congratulations, Pallet. This year's second place award for excellence in the Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Hardcraft category goes to Vector Electric and Controls. Congratulations, Vector. This year's first place award for excellence in our Division 2 Specialty Trade Hardcraft category goes to Westgate Electrical and Instrumentation. Congratulations, Westgate. And the recognition award for excellence in the Division 3 of Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Hardcraft category goes to Turner Specialty Services. Congratulations, Turner Specialty Services. There were no third place awards in this category this year. Receiving the second place award for excellence in the Division 3 Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trades Hardcraft category goes to Triad Electric and Controls. Congratulations, Triad. And this year's first place award for excellence in the Division III Construction and Maintenance Specialty Trade Hard Craft category goes to ISC. Congratulations, ISC. And receiving the award of recognition in the Technical Support Division I category goes to Hart Safety Services. Congratulations, Hart. Also receiving the award of recognition in the Technical Support Division I category is Rescar. Congratulations, Rescar, on your 2014 safety accomplishments. Our last award of recognition in the Technical Support Division I category is CDI Engineering. Congratulations, CDI, on your 2014 accomplishments. This year's third place award of excellence in the Technical Support Division I category goes to Industrial Emergency Services. Congratulations, Industrial Emergency Services. Our second place award of excellence in the Technical Support Division I category goes to VJ Rollo Security Services. Congratulations, VJ Rollo. And this year's first place award of excellence in the Division I Technical Support category goes to JCL Safety Services. Congratulations, JCL Safety Services. And this year's recognition award in the Technical Support Division II category goes to GE Water and Process Technologies. Congratulations, GE. This year's third place award for excellence in our Technical Support Division II category goes to Veolia North America. Congratulations, Veolia, on your 2014 accomplishments. This year's second place award for excellence in the Technical Support Division II category goes to Guardian Compliance Seal Tech. Congratulations, Guardian. And this year's first place award for excellence in the Division II Technical Support Group goes to Capital Ultrasonics. Congratulations, Capital, on your 2014 accomplishments. And receiving the recognition award in our Technical Support Division III category is Savage Services. Congratulations, Savage, on your 2014 success. Also receiving the recognition award in the Technical Support Division III category is Total Safety. Congratulations, Total Safety, on your 2014 accomplishments. There were no third place awards given in the Technical Support Division III category this year. And this year's second place award for excellence in the Technical Support Division III category is Accurate Inspection. Congratulations, Accurate. And this year's first place award for excellence in our Division III Technical Support Group goes to SGS Petroleum Services Corporation. Congratulations, SGS. And now I'd like to ask Tom Muir to come up and present our highest award of the evening, the Hal Ginn Award.
Thanks, Trey. It's now time to present our most prestigious award of the evening. This award is named after Hal G. Ginn and is awarded to contractors who have demonstrated the highest overall safety performance. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Hal. Hal directed the development of the first Contractor Safety Employee Training Program and helped form the Association of Reciprocal Safety Councils, or ARSC, to make contractor safety training along the Gulf Coast reciprocal between owner sites. Today, ARSC has grown to 23 reciprocal safety councils across the country, teaching in 40 locations. Hal was also a leader in the development of our Contractor Safety, Health, and Security Audit Program that we use at GBRIA. Today, there have been over 2,500 audits completed in the Louisiana area for participating plants. Hal was also the founder of these Contractor Safety Excellence Awards in 1995. And because of his foresight, leadership, and sincere dedication to safety, the GBRIA Top Safety Excellence Award is named in his honor. Nominees for this award were taken from all categories. The top overall performing company was difficult to choose this year again, but there was one company whose performance, award write-up, and its content, its company audit and innovation, and success in 2014 is why they've been selected as our top achiever of this year's event. The overall winner of the 2015 GBRIA Hal G. Ginn Contractor Safety Excellence Award is Performance Contractors. So with that, congratulations to everyone. In closing, the members of GBRIA are proud to make these awards tonight in recognition of your dedication to safety, leadership, and we hope that this evening celebration comes as a true reward and that you've had a really, really good time.
This isn't actually a competition, that we all need to learn from each other, and just to keep that employee safe, you know, like I said a while ago, from the top to the bottom. I mean, it doesn't matter. That's what I truly believe, and that's the way Zachary believes. And no matter what contractor I see out there, I will help them out in the field also. So
it's very important that it really is recognition on behalf of all of our employees, the hard work that they've provided to really make this happen. They're the ones that deserve all of the credit. It's our job to provide the support, to provide the training, but they're the ones that do the execution, and they're the ones we're most proud of. It is certainly an honor to be nominated by ExxonMobil, and they have been a great partner with us. And the end result is safe performance. Nobody gets hurt. And that's why we're here.
It's a great award. Of course, it's a recognition for all the hard work we do, all the hard work of our associates, and of course our clients giving us that recognition and nominating us for the award. So it's a great event.
Can you tell us a little bit about your award?
Yeah, we received first place Division III for specialty trade contractors.
What would you like people to take away from this evening?
Sustain contact with all of these groups here. You know, there's a lot of incredible ideas and innovation among this room here. And for us to come together and always work together and see what we can do to try to improve our workplace by all means.
We received the recognition award for Division II Specialty Trade Soft Craft, nominated by Motiva Convent Enterprises.
And why is that important?
It's important because it shows the commitment of our employees to the safety culture, and it helps promote the safety and everybody getting back home safely every day.
And what would you like people to remember or take away from this evening?
That the importance of these awards are the people that actually perform the work. I'm the site manager, but this is not possible without the guys that work with me performing the work where the rubber meets the road, doing it safely every day, every task.
For more information and to learn more about what we do, you can call us at 225-769-0596 or go to our website, which is at gbria.org.